Hello, people. Today I just want to show you how to make pretty much a sound that I have been trying for since I almost started producing to produce. It's that nice kind of really dirty Reese that you hear in a lot of like Spor and Noisia and like just kinds of people's tracks. Like I have my Spor playlist right here. I'm trying to think of a good one. It sounds kind of like the only thing is mine's a little bit different. I'll show you what I mean. This is what mine sounds like. Sounds pretty sweet, I know. Like, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm pretty proud of that. It's a really kind of crunchy, Reese sound. A lot of movement in it. Basically, I'm going to go through the basics of creating this. So I've got another project open. I've actually learned Noisia on like a thread on some forum. I forget which one, sorry. But they said that they always make an extra like project just for like their bass and stuff, just for the reason that it takes up a lot of CPU and if you're doing all these effects and resampling and crap. So yeah, so basically this is what it sounded like at first. I ended up actually cutting it to like a little bit. Like what BPM was this at? 170. Oh, that might explain it, but I had a little bit of timing issues. I ended up cutting it, so it's like in the final project, because I thought it sounded better. So basically, what you're gonna do here, I'm just gonna duplicate this and just kind of show you the patch. I'll probably put a KSD in the description, but if you guys are the ones who like to see how everything works, I'll just show you. Okay, I'm going to have to look at the patch, though. I haven't really rehearsed this. So bad. Sorry. But, basically, you're going to make a new sound. And, oh. My bad, guys. I'm going to be taking a little bit through this tutorial, but it'll be worth it. Alright, first oscillator, put it on a lunacy preset. You see a lot of people using this for these dirty Reese sounds. It sounds pretty good. I just pushed, that's pushed up a little bit. Intensity's all the way. Amp's about right here. Alright. I mean, it doesn't sound very like Reese, but you can hear it's getting that kind of dirty sound in there. So if you can see over here, the second one is a scrapyard. I love this. I really like this wavetable. It's gets a lot of really crazy effects in there. So basically, I just got the standard LFO, standard shape, and put it over 4-1, I think. Yeah. Put it right here till it started crossing over, and then I put this one right here just a little bit back. I don't even know what that even does, but I just, well, I mean, I know what the LFO does. I just kind of smacked that on there. It sounded good. I was just screwing around. You can start to hear a little bit that scrapyard, like a dirty sound. Oh, also voicing, mono, oscillator, glide about here. Alright, and then phase modulation right about here. I thought I had that turned up a little bit. I guess not, but oh yeah, I did. It was turned up to about right here. It just gives it a nice crunchy kind of tone, and the lunacy is one that gets that kind of chuggy Reese sound in there. Sine shaper, always good. Parabolic shaper, also great. Put it about right here. Effects wise, the first flanger is a flanger positive. Dry wet's about right here. You can hear what this is going to do to it. Like with the flanger, it sounds like this, or yeah. I would recommend that you turn down the rate on the feedback just a bit. About with. It gives it a little bit more movement, and that's key with these kinds of Neurofunk stuff. Phaser. A little bit of phaser. The phaser also does that, just kind of adds some movement to the sound, which always is what you're going for. And it's like that. So the EQ on this, EQ, I boosted the low shelf just a bit to give it that kind of clippy, kind of distorted, Noisia sound, Spor sound, that kind of thing. Turned down the high shelf just to get a little bit of that crackly out of it. You can hear it coming through. Yeah. But we're not going to be using this sound right here. We're going to be using the same one, which is this. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to grab this, and you're going to go back to the beginning, press Command B to bounce it. Bounce it with whatever else you're using. If I'm using Logic, yeah, but this can be kind of transferred to anything. Bounce it, and then drag it back in, right here, and then basically, I'm going to go through each of the effects separately. This is going to be a long tutorial. If you guys aren't patient, I recommend you leave because this is going to take a while. Okay, it's going to sound like this. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to open up a channel EQ, kind of normal. Basically, I guess I had some automation for this notch, but basically what I did is I chopped 2 notches, by dragging these just down right here, and then you press A to get to automation, click latch, and then just start screwing with these as it goes. Figure out what sounds good. Just keep it playing until you get one loop that you really, really like, and then just stop and put it back to read, and then you'll get, like I said, it adds that movement to the sound. Different frequencies are moving around, those bands. Sounds really good. Anyway, here we got a 6-pole low-pass filter, I believe. I might be wrong with what it is. Shut up. Turn up the dry signal to 1.2 or somewhere around there. Just get a little bit of the dry signal coming through. Gives it more of that dirty tone. Tiny bit of distortion. Fatness, just a little bit up. Basically, the cutoff's what we're going to be automating here. It's the low pass. If you'll hear here. But if you hear what it'll do, it'll sound something like this. Yeah, so, you can get those kind of tones of it rising up in certain parts and coming down in certain parts. Get some of that tone coming in, that movement again. Okay, so we're going to keep that one on. Then I added a high-pass filter. This one I didn't automate nearly as much as you'll, some high-pass. Yeah, see, I just moved it a little bit to add a little bit more to it without. Oh, crap. No, I don't want to be bypassed. There. Yeah, always make sure you're on right whenever read whenever you're doing this, not on latch, because it'll like take bypassing a thing as a actual command, which it shouldn't be, but it does. Without. With. Alright, bounce it again, put it back in. Now this time what I'm doing is I'm just doing more filtering. I've got a well actually I duplicate it, so there's 2 of these right here. 2 of the same one. This one right here put a bandpass on it, so I just did that one frequency there, maybe kind of high thing. I kind of mangled this one a little bit by adding another high pass. This one's doing a little bit more than the other ones. See, I'm just bringing it up whenever I want that effect. And then on this one, I was going to add a sub here, but I decided not to because I figured that'd be a bad idea, and it was. Don't do it. Anyway, more low pass. And I cut out just some of the sub because you want to add a sub later, otherwise you're going to muddy up the mix. And with these two together, sounds like this. Basically, bounce that again. I know. Getting this last one here. So basically, once I got the sound here, and guys, like I said, I made a kind of mistake. Turn down the flanger next time when you do it. Basically, what I did here, first of all, added some phase distortion, which just kind of gives it a little bit more grit, makes it a little bit without it, with it. And I cut this notch here because I'll show you. Right. Well, it doesn't even pertain anymore, but over here there was this one frequency that was popping up that I really hated. So I found out where it was and I just notched it out. So if you find like there's something popping up in the sound, but the rest of it's good, find that frequency and you can notch it out. To remove it from the mix. Bounce that. All right. Oh, how long has this drill been? 12 minutes. Wow. All right. So I made a drum loop here. Nothing special. It's just yeah. And basically, you put a bus on the kick. I deleted the auxiliary channel because it just makes everything muddy and loud and blah blah blah. Anyway. So I imported my Reese sample and got that. So it sounds like this. Yeah. I added this frequency analysis. It's really not necessary. It was just for me because I wanted to see what the sound was looking like. So you can see there's a lot of sub stuff going on, but not much going on over here. Like you can see right there whenever it goes. The low cuts out. I just find that interesting. But basically, the things you actually need to know are a compressor. Add a compressor, side chain it with the kick, because that way, when you don't have it, with the rest of the mix, it sounds really bad. Because it like muddies up with the kick and all these things are conflicting and it just sounds bad. Like you'll hear right here with the kick. Like with the compressor though. And it cuts it out when the kick comes out. Basically, that just gives it, whatchamacallit, helps it so the mix isn't all muddy and disgusting. Add an EQ, that removed just the sub, like I said, that's probably a bit much, but, just remove the very, very bottom. I've also got one notch, just moving just a little bit with it here. It just really helps with that movement, and that's really key here. If you want to, this is really not necessary, but I was just screwing around with some amps. I'm not going to keep this on there, but you can screw around with like some filters and amps some more. And I don't really like that, but you do. You could add stuff sort of like that, and yeah. Well, anyway, that's my Neurofunk bassline tutorial. Thanks for watching.